Hi, 4th grade, it's Mrs. Boswell today for math. We're going to be doing Module 3, Lesson 30, Long Division with Zeros. So you can pause the video at any time to slow it down or re-listen to something. So again, we're doing Module 3, Lesson 30, Long Division with Zeros. All right. We're going to be doing, again, Module 3, Lesson 30. Okay, and this is our page 1. And it says our objective today says, I can solve division problems with a 0 in the dividend or with a 0 in the quotient. Okay, the dividend is what we're dividing. The quotient is what it gives us. So we're going to be looking at the dividend and the quotient. All right, so remember you've been learning about our long division steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat, or remainder. So that's where we're going to be looking at today. Our first problem that we're going to start with is 804 divided by 4. So what's my dividend? 804 divided by 4. Okay, and we're going to kind of go through our steps. But let's go back to our statement and what it was asking for us today. It says, I can solve division problems with a 0 in the dividend or with a 0 in the quotient. Where do you see the 0 today? Or at least in this problem. You see it here in the dividend. There's a 0 in what place value? In the tens. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and start doing our long division steps. Our first one is we need to divide. Remember when we divide, do we start in the ones or the hundreds? We start in the hundreds, in that bigger place value. So how many times can 4 go into 8? If you said 2 times, you're right. 4 can go into 8 2 times. Then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. Next step is subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. Okay. Then I'm going to bring down. And what am I bringing down? What number is that? The number I brought down is 0. Okay, so now I'm going to repeat or remainder. Well, am I done? Nope, I haven't done all my place values, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to divide. How many times can 4 go into 0? If you said 0 times, you're right. It's just 0. Okay, so that's where that 0 comes in, so kind of watch it. I know that 4 can't go in here, so my answer is 4, or 0 divided by 4 is always just going to be 0. Well, if I multiply it 4 times, right, 4 times 0 is 0, and I would just subtract those. It would be 0, right? You could do it that way, or you can kind of stop. Okay, the next one is bring down, so I'm going to bring down that 4. Okay, how many times can 4 go into 4? So we're going to divide, go back up here, and go in 1 time. Okay, then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. Then I'm going to subtract. 4 minus 4 is, is 0, 4th grade. Okay, do I need to continue to repeat? Or do I have any remainders? I don't need to repeat because I don't have any place values left, and I don't have any remainders. So 804 divided by 4 is 201. And again, I see that I have a 0 not only in the dividend here, but I also see a 0 here in my quotient. Okay? When you're dealing with those zeros, you just have to bring them down and keep working through. Okay? Let's check to see if we are right. So I'm going to do 201. So I'm taking my quotient times my divisor, and then see if I get 804. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 0 is 0, there comes that 0. 4 times 2 is 8. Oh, 804 is the same as my dividend. Okay, let's keep working. Our next problem is 4,218 divided by 3. Do you guys notice any zeros in here? I don't, so I wonder if where the 0 is going to come in here. So let's go ahead and write it. How many place values do I have here? If you said 4, you're correct. It's up to the thousands. Okay, so I'm going to take my dividend, 4,218 divided by 3. Okay, and we're going to go through our steps. First step, into the largest place value. So my 4, which is in the thousands, is the largest place value. So how many times can 4 be divided by 3? If you said once, you're correct. Now I'm going to multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay. Then it says to subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay. And now I need to bring down the next place value, which is the 2 in the hundreds. Okay. Now I need to repeat. So I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to take 12 divided by 3. How many times can 3 go into 12? If you said 4 times, you're correct. It can go in 4 times. So I'm going to multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay. Now I'm going to subtract. If you notice, I'm keeping one of my fingers over here that kind of keeps me on track of my steps. So 12 minus 12 is 0. Okay. Now I need to bring down that 1. Okay. Now I'm going to repeat because I brought down my 1. But now it looks like this. How many times can 1 be divided by 3? I want you to think about that. Can 1 be divided by 3? It cannot. So how many times can it go in? If you said that word 0, you're correct. It can only go in 0 times. Okay? So, because it really cannot go in there. So so I've divided, now I'm going to multiply. What is 3 times 0? If you said 0, you're correct. It's 0. Okay, and I'm going to subtract it. 1 minus 0 is still 1. Okay, then I'm going to bring down that 8. Okay, and I'm going to go back up and repeat. I'm going to divide. How many times can 3 go into 18? If you said 9 times, you're correct. 3 times 9 is, so I'm going to multiply, is 18. Now I'm going to subtract. 18 minus 18 is 0. Do I have anything to bring down? Nope. Do I need to repeat it? Nope. And I have no remainders. So I'm saying that 4,218 divided by 3 is 1,409. Okay? Let's see if we're correct. But let's see. Over here in our thing, it kept saying our 0 can be in the dividend or the quotient. Where was our 0 today? Was it in the dividend? No. Was it in the quotient? Yes. Here in that 1's place value. Because I could not divide that 1 by 3. Okay? All right, let's check our math and make sure we're correct. So I'm going to take my quotient, 1,409. I'm going to multiply it by my divisor, 3. 3 times 9 is 18. Carry that 1. 3 times 0 is 0, but there's still a 1, so I have to bring down that 1. Okay, 3 times 4 is 12. And keep the 2. Carry the 1. Okay, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. Oh, 4,218. Did I get the right answer? I did. So my answer up here is 1,409. So really, 4th grade, what you really want to watch is that 0. Okay, because sometimes it can get you off a little bit. Okay, we're going to go on to our next page, to page 2. Okay, and we're going to solve these same problems, looking for that 0 in our dividend or quotient. Okay, so, oh man, I already see some zeros. I see 9,008 divided by 3. Where are the zeros in this equation? If you said then the dividend, you're correct. There are zeros there. So I'm going to write this. I'm going to write 9,008, and I'm going to divide it by our divisor, which is 3. Okay, and we're going to take this step by step. So here we go. So I'm going to divide. How many times can 9 be divided by 3? If you said 3, you're correct. Then I'm going to multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, then I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. Okay, then I'm going to bring down that next number. What's my next number? It is 0. Okay, well, I'm going to show you just another way you can do this. Because that's 0, I'm just going to replace this with, I know that 0 cannot be divided by 3. I'm always going to get 0. Well, I don't really need to subtract because there's nothing to subtract or multiply because I would just get 0. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that down. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to bring down the next one. The next one is 0. Well, 4th grade, can 3 go into 0? It cannot. So I'm going to replace that. 0 divided by 3 is still 0. Okay? All right. So, am I done yet? Nope, I'm still not done. My last one I can bring down is 8. Okay? So let's go through our steps. 8 divided by 3 is, well, 3 times 3 is 9, so it can't be 9. 3 times 2 is 6. I think it's 2. So 3 times 2 is, I'm going to multiply, is 6. Okay? Then I'm going to subtract, right? 8 minus 6 is 2. Can I bring anything else down? So do I repeat, or is that my remainder? That would be my remainder. So I have a remainder of 2. So, man, I had zeros in my quotient. I'm sorry, in my dividend, and I had zeros here up here in my quotient. Let's double check our work and see if we are correct, because those zeros can get us off. So I'm going to take my quotient, 3,002, times my divisor, which is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay. All right. Plus my remainder. So 6 plus 2 is 8. 0, 0, 9. Oh, did I get my dividend? I did. So 9,008 divided by 3 is 3,002 with a remainder of 2. Okay. All right, let's do one more problem before you get started. So I'm going to take 831 divided by 4. So I don't see any zeros, but I wonder if some will sneak in. So 831 divided by 4. Okay? So let's go through our steps. I'm going to divide. 8 divided by 4. It can go in twice. I'm going to multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. Then I will subtract. See, my hand over here is kind of monitoring me. 8 minus 8 is 0. Then I'm going to bring down my next number, which is 3. Okay? And then I'm going to repeat. Divide. Can 3 be divided by 4, 4th grade? It cannot. So I'm just going to put a what up there? A 0. Okay? Well, you don't have to. You can go through the steps of multiply, but I already know I can't because I know 3 cannot go into 4, so I can bring down that 1. But I'm going to go ahead. You can do it. 4 times 0 would be 0. So 3 minus 0 is 3. Then I'm going to bring down that last one. Okay? So that last one is 1. So I have how many times, or now I'm going to go through a process. 31 divided by 4. Okay, how many times can 4 go in? I got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and 28. But then it would be 32. So it has to be 28. Okay? And that's 7 times, right? So 7 times 4 is 28. So I multiplied. Now it's time to subtract, right? 28, 29, 30, 31. So that's 3, right? Or I could say this is a 1, borrow this. 11 minus 8 is 3, right? So I've subtracted. Now, can I bring anything else down? I cannot. So this becomes my remainder of 3. Where did the 0 come in on this equation, 4th grade? If you said in the quotient, you're correct, because I could not divide that 3 by 4. So 831 divided by 4 is 207 with a remainder of 3. Let's check our answer to make sure we're right. So I'm going to take my quotient, 207, times my divisor. Okay, 7 times 4 is 28, right? Carry that 2. 4 times 0 is 0, and then there's a 2. 4 times 2 is 8, right? Plus, how many is my remainder? 3. 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1, 2, 3, 8. 831. Oh, did I get my quotient? Or my dividend? I did. So my quotient for 831 divided by 4 is 207 with a remainder of 3. Again, check out all those zeros. Be really careful with them, 4th grade, because you can get off very easily. So make sure you're checking your work. Good luck today.